Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB15 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Jimmy P, aka Elmont, New York. Yay! Thanks for watching. So, a little disclaimer to all of you watching this video. If you just open this like I told you to, tie yourself down to whatever chair you're sitting in, because this spoiler is going to be a rough effing ride. Alright, so I'm serious though, this spoiler is like gonna be an hour long, so just make yourself comfortable, pause, get some tea, come back, whatever. Alright, so last night, if you missed one of the best episodes of all time, Nick was evicted by a vote of 7-4, and it was crazy, and Helen won the HOH. So the Blantarage was not too happy about this. The initial shockwaves, Blantarage is like, what? And Gina Marie is a freaking mess. She was crying for hours and hours and hours, and she sounded a little bit like a mourning dove. Not the pretty songs though, the gross like morning calls when they're like, "Bah." So it was like that for a long time. And her makeup was all splotchy all over her face. Her like, this part was all like white and this was all like tan because she like cried off all of her makeup. She was carrying around Nick's chapstick that he forgot. She had his mug, his coffee mug, and she was blowing her nose into a pair of shorts because she's classy. She also went all Nancy Kerrigan and was asking everyone, why? Why did you vote him out? So that was all happening. Aaryn is suddenly besties with Kaitlin again now that she's not in power, so she's got to cling to whatever she's got, just like Kaitlin. Okay, so all that aside, S is hitting the F with this wonky vote that Howard voted, because he did not do what he was supposed to do. Beforehand, Howard and Spencer agreed that they were going to split their votes and then blame the wonky vote on Jesse. So Howard admitted to Gina Marie that he voted out Alyssa, but then he was telling everyone else, including Candace, who he's forming a pretty close bond with, that it was Jesse. And some people, including Candace, were actually believing him, but not McManda, aka McCrae and Amanda. They were pissed. They were like, Howard and Spencer are some shady MFers. So Aaryn, Kaitlin, and Gina Marie are all like, I want to self-evict, blah, blah, blah. Good, get out. You don't deserve to be there, if that's what you think. So they were calling everyone else garbage, which I think is hilarious because they are the trash in the house. Jeremy was actually behaving like a human though, which was really surprising. It was definitely fake, it was gameplay, but it was still nice to see. That boy definitely came to play. And he kept reminding Gina Marie, girl, chill out, he's not dead. He also knows that Nick was like, in real life, so yeah. Alright, after all of, or in the middle of all of Gina Marie's, she goes and gives this speech to the house. So you have to understand, at this point, it's like the 4 remaining members of the Blantarage in one room, basically everyone else in the house in the other room celebrating. So Gina Marie goes in there and she makes the speech and she's kind of apologizing, kind of not. She's just like, I'm just so heartbroken right now. I was really falling for the kid. She kept calling Nick the kid, which is funny. But the best part, no wait, there's a couple best parts. One of the best parts was like, that kid really made me feel like I'm smart, and you know what, I'm just not that smart, I know that, blah blah blah. So it ended with one of the greatest lines in Big Brother history. I'm calling it right now. I'll see you around. Really? Obviously you'll see them around. Who else are you gonna see? So everyone was waiting around for Helen's HOH to be revealed. And things were getting crazy. I don't know if the producers were doing this on purpose because they knew something was going to happen or what, but there was a little bit of time. It seemed like some extra time than what there usually is. So the Blantarage started stealing people's beds because Aaryn, Kaitlin, and Jeremy have all been sleeping upstairs this week, so now they have to find a new place to sleep. So Kaitlin told Judd, get the F out of the room right now, because they were taking over that room. I'm pretty sure there were 3 beds in that room, and they were thinking they were going to have 4 people sharing 3 beds. Really? That's not fair. So Jeremy straight up claimed Jesse and Judd's bed. And while I agree that the beds are not set in stone and no one has like their own bed forever, it's not cool to just like steal it. That's like a conversation that you need to have. So the rest of the house was outraged about that. Okay, it was finally time for Helen's HOH room reveal. And pretty much almost all of the house, except for the Blantarage, is screaming like little children. They're like, oh my god, I can't wait! So Helen's HOH reveal was actually really nice and heartfelt. She had pictures of her family, drawings from her kids, she had a nice letter from her husband, a U2 CD, wine, and snacks. Lots of snacks. The letter was so sweet. It actually made me cry a little bit. It was so nice. Good for you, Helen. And Helen was like, this week is the people's HOH. I want everyone to enjoy. And she kept saying that. Meanwhile, mayhem was about to happen. So Jessie runs downstairs after the letter is read, and she claims her bed. She's having a sit-in, basically, in her own bed. So then Kaitlin decides to try and take the bed, and Jessie's like, get off now. So Caitlin's like, bleh. But then Jeremy tries to take over the bed, and he's like, I'm not leaving, and he doesn't. So then Aaryn, Kaitlin, and Gina Marie are all ganging up on Jessie, and they're telling her that she's pathetic and she's a slut, and like she has 5 failed showmances, and everyone is making fun of her, including Julie, which I think is hilarious considering what happened with Aaryn and Julie last night on the show. Julie was like on fire last night. A little aside, she was rocking it. So that happened. Okay, now it's about to get really crazy. So Candace comes into the room and sees that someone, Aaryn, flipped the mattress off of her bed and threw all of her pillows all around the room. So obviously, Candace is pretty upset about this for, I think, justifiable reasons. So then they start ganging up on her. They're trying to provoke her into fighting. Aaryn starts mocking her with this over-the-top, stereotypical, like, angry black woman impression, which was ridiculous. And Gina Marie gets in her face and she's saying, oh, is your blackness gonna come out now? Are you kidding me? It was like disgusting. It got to the point where it wasn't entertaining anymore. It became disgusting. I'm not saying racism is ever entertaining. I mean the stuff before that. So then, it's not funny. Howard comes in, and he actually has to carry Candace out of the room because he doesn't like what's going on. So he brings her in the next room. He's trying to calm her down. You can tell it's really taking a lot out of Howard because he wants to like smack some people up, and I don't blame him. I would do that. So I wouldn't really do that. Meanwhile, Jessie is still standing her ground in her bed, and it's really awkward because again, it's the 4 of them and then Jessie, and they're all talking and she's just sitting there silently. So then the mean girls start attacking her again, and who walks in but Amanda? And she is hilarious. She's got a glass of wine in one hand, and she's got her mouth going, and she's like, what the hell is going on in here? Everyone except for Aaryn decides, I'm gonna shut up right now. So Amanda owns Aaryn, and it's hilarious. And she's like, okay, ladies, guess what? You all talk crap about each other. And she tells Aaryn again, she's being portrayed as a racist, and it's obvious by what they're being asked in the diary room. Aaryn is completely delusional. She denies everything. She's like, they can't do that because I've never said anything racist. What? Alright. So after Candace goes back up to the HOH room to like calm down, I'm pretty sure Big Brother told her to go up there. Howard is like freaking out in the next room. He's literally shaking. He's like, I don't even know. So he's trying to compose himself, trying to calm himself down, and then Spencer comes in and tries to talk game with him. Seriously? I think we have bigger issues at hand here, Spencer. So then Amanda calls out Aaryn for playing the victim. Amen. Moving on. McCrae let's finally get to some Big Brother talk. McCrae tells Amanda and Andy about the moving company. He's letting it all hang out. He's like, this is one of the worst alliances in Big Brother history. It's like the Brigade .5. They're going backwards. So Amanda seemed fine with it. I think Andy was excited to make fun of it in the diary room. So they decided they're not going to tell everyone right away, but they're going to slowly tell all the people in their alliance what was going on. So Howard and Candace ended up sleeping in the have-not room after Bedgate. I'm not sure where everyone else ended up, but I'm pretty sure all the Blantourage got to sleep in beds, which is BS. I don't like that. So the have-not competition was today, and it was another messy one. America gave them guacamole and grapefruit, which I think was really nice of America because those are both delicious. And the have-nots this week, unfortunately, are Amanda, Judd, Jesse, and McCrae. I really wanted it to be Aaryn, Kaitlin, Jeremy, and Gina Marie, even though I don't think Jeremy can be a have-not. But it would have been hilarious, and then America should have voted to give them, like, rice or something as the extra food. At least it wasn't the same group of people that have been have-nots for the past 2 weeks. So Jeremy is totally throwing Aaryn under the bus, and so is Kaitlin. They're both telling Helen, put up Aaryn, because she's all the negative energy in the house. And he tells Helen about the moving company, but I'm pretty sure McCrae told her before him, so it was like, whatever. And then Howard went up and admitted to Helen that he was the 4th vote for Alyssa to go, and she's like, thank you for telling me. She also basically told him, you will probably be nominated, but you're a pawn. But it's totally like, you're gonna be in trouble in a few weeks. That's what she's saying. But we got bigger issues right now. So nominations are today. Helen has been saying that she wants to backdoor Jeremy, and if that doesn't happen, then Aaryn can just go. Yay! So possible nominees, I'm thinking it's going to be probably Aaryn and Spencer or Howard. And then we'll see what the MVP does, whoever that's going to be. So check back later if you want to find out who was nominated. And I hope you made it through this whole video because it was a lot of work. So until next time, much love.